Hello ladies and gentlemen, Cone Dodger here, and welcome back to Automation, the car company tycoon game, for a special video today having to do with an official car design competition going on in honor of Mr. Regular, going to New Zealand to visit with the Automation devs and do some New Zealand Kiwi car reviews. Should be very entertaining. The competition is taking place right now from January 26th until February 4th. If you check out the description below, you'll find all of the links to the info you need to know if you want to enter the competition yourself. Personally, I will be entering the competition, but only in the spirit of doing it for fun. I will not count myself as eligible for any of the competition prizes, since I do work pretty closely with the Automation guys, and seeing as how I am intertwined within the games community at this point, I don't feel too comfortable taking the opportunity for you guys to have a chance to win things like game keys, keys to the DLC for the V16 engines, an Automation hoodie, $50 Steam credit, all sorts of really cool things available for you to win. Most of the category criterias have to do with looks, the stylistic consistency, the attention to detail, creativity, and then a little bit of it is the technical design. This is for the car build. There's also a competition going on to do the best ad for a car you build in the game, which is a lot of fun, and I will be doing one of those as well. Because I really enjoy doing those. That is one of the things we've done in Automation in the past. So let's get to the game and get to designing our car. Pretty simple rules. We're going to be going for the 1980s premium sedan category, because I feel like that might be one that is underappreciated and is different enough for me. It's not something that's in my norm, so why not? Alright, Automation, it has been a minute. This is the Unreal branch of the game. Now on to Beta R5, I believe, meaning things are moving along quite nicely. And in fact, we've not done any videos on the channel showcasing Automation in quite a while, so there might be quite a bit new here to you if you haven't been keeping up. We're going to be in the sandbox today, just creating one car for the 1980s category. It needs to be a sedan. All of this is vanilla content. There will be no mods installed, and you aren't to use any mods. So we're a little limited in the amount we can do. Being unique with the open beta branch's smaller pool of parts will be a challenge, but we'll see what we can do. So obviously we're going to go to the 80s, and to give ourselves as much chance as possible to make a decent car in the 80s, we'll go to 1989. And if we look at the body year, click last 10 years, you'll see this is it for 80s cars. And there's really some limitations to do with that, because this era here is getting to be to the 90s look. This one's staying a little bit in the 70s look, somewhat of the 80s vibe. These are obviously very 90s looking. So let's see here. Let's also look at the variants of these. Very nice. Okay, that one does not have a sedan to it. As far as sedans go, pretty much only this one to choose from in the 80s. I think the obvious choice is to go for this one. It's the most 80s looking, and I think it's really going to fit our theme well. The question is, do we go for the hatchback or do we go for the regular sedan? I think I'm going to go for the sedan, almost because this looks like it might be too sporty. So I'm going to choose the... I'm going to choose the sedan, but we're not quite there yet. We need to choose our chassis material. And let's see here. That's a new one. Light truck monocoque. That's something I hadn't seen before. We'll make the body corrosive resistant. And now I'm building this car very thematically. I have a vision for it that may not be the ultimate car build. If this may not be a car you would even call good. It's just a car to be as thematically on point as possible. So, with that said, front transverse is what I'm picking. Double arm Pearson strut up front, and let's do semi-trailing arm in the rear. Very nice, very nice. And as you can see, the game also looking very nice. Okay, moving along, now we move over to an engine. A little bit different order than you might be remembering it. We're gonna go for front wheel drive. That will limit our engine size, but I'm hoping to be able to do something a little weird here. So let's paint a picture. Let's say it's the late 80s. We've been making a lot of great economy cars that are doing very well, but we wanna try and make a premium sedan that when people see it, they really think that we're a serious contender. We are pushing forward into the future, not stuck in the past. So, we're going to go about this in the most 80s way possible, and we're going to pretend that we took two of our stellar inline 5s, slapped them together, and made a V10. That's right, we're making a V10 front-wheel drive car, because what could be more wrong? What could be more 80s? We'll do a cast iron block. This thing's going to have to be pretty small to fit between those front wheels, that's for sure. So we'll do just that. We'll make it pretty small, but we'll give it a little bit of a stroke to get us some displacement. And let's see. Now, we're really looking for futurism here. This is not a vehicle stuck in the past. So let's think about this here. Again, we're building thematically, not min-maxing. So, thematically, let's say our company had a little over 2-liter inline 5. That's our staple engine. That's what we've been putting in all of our good workhorse sedans and coupes. And that's been a very good engine for us. And let's say we're going to slap two of those things together and put them in a V. So that would give us about a 4.1 to 4.2 liter V10. And we'll say that that inline 5 had a single overhead cam setup with 3 valves per cylinder, which would be pretty, I mean, it would be something that would be considered high-tech in the era, but not outrageous. But when you put that all together, that means we would have ourselves a 30-valved V10, which is something that just, you know, it sounds really special, even if it's really not all that special. Now, we do need to remember that this is, although a car built for the future, it's being built in today. And today is 1989. Things are not necessarily going amazing, and there's not just gobs of money to throw around. So basically, everything we're doing here is marketing wank. Everything inside the engine can be as cheap as possible, because that's not stuff that fills up the magazine ads. So that's just what we're going to do. Alright, here is our beast, the 4.1 liter V10. How much power is it making? Let's see here. Currently 257 foot-pounds of torque. Looks like it's staying pretty safe. We can see here we're having a very minor exhaust restriction. Let's go ahead and do a test on there and see how everything is doing throughout the power range. Seems as though everything's pretty safe. Safe is good, but it's not very interesting, is it? Now, this engine is running on regular unleaded, and miles per gallon is actually still important to us. Now, we can get some more RPM out of it. We're up to 6,300, but if we go any higher than that, not only are we starting to get out of our power range, but we're starting to run into some reliability issues as well, so we won't go too terribly much higher than that. However, I think 6,500 RPM is a number pretty high for the era, so it might be alright for us. Looks like we're still having some kind of restriction, though. I expect a little bit more power than this. And it's going to need a little bit more power than this. This is not a light engine at 469 pounds. Nice. Exhaust diameter, max 228. Yeah, we do need more exhaust. That uncorks it a little bit to 241. But I do feel like there's still a little bit left in it. Let's see. Looking at testing. Is that, what is fuel economy? 18.1. Sure would love to get that up towards 20, but 18.1 isn't bad. Reliability at 58.4, also not terrible, especially for a glued together engine. Okay, with the fine-tuning complete, looks like we're going to be wrapping up with 256 foot-pounds of torque and 250 horsepower. Pretty good amount of power under the curve for a small displacement V10. Shouldn't be too hard to drive, and pretty sporty to boot. Not rocket fast, but enough power to deal with what is going to probably be a rather hefty car. But most importantly, it sounds like a V10 and has the prestige of having a motor that no other car in the market has. That's a big deal. With our engine ready to go, now it's time to design the body. Like we said, I'm probably going to go for the sedan because it's most on theme. I think this is just a little small, so I need to see what kind of body modifications we can do in order to give it some girth, some size, really make it look substantial, because that's going to be very important for this car. And it is also the late 80s now, so we don't want it to be overly boxy looking. Like, we don't want a stand-up nose, and we definitely want to lean it back, show we're making an effort towards making this an aerodynamic car, even though I'm sure it won't be. But we're trying, right? Right. Need lots of space. Space is good. Not bad, not bad. As far as the trim goes, I think we're gonna want chrome and try to introduce quite a few chrome elements to the car, because that seems like, when I think of 80s premium cars, I think of like a Lincoln or a Cadillac that is just like excessively, disgustingly chromy. So I definitely wanted enough of those elements in there too. Hey, this is supposed to be my name. I must not have saved that correctly. Okay, so we got that. The red's a little much. Oh, no, not there. But on the body, primary body, yes. Let's see about, oh, no. We want all body. No. There we go. That's, I mean, it's pretty yummy. Pretty pink. Oh, but painfully green. Painfully green is pretty good. I feel like it might just need a little, well, it's got plenty of shine. Does it need a little flake, maybe? No, not too much flake. But maybe a little lighter. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's painfully green. It's actually, I'm gonna change that. Painfully mint. That is our own color. We can throw some pearl in it. Oh yeah, I gotta have some pearl. How will they know? How will they know how luxurious this is if it doesn't have some pearl? I can actually change the color of the pearl too, huh? What if we made the pearl like a... Oh yeah, there we go. Not quite that strong, but just a little bit of that off-white, yellowish kind of color. Nice. I like it. I like it. That's... Thematically, that's pretty good. Wheels. Let's look at the wheels. Plastic. Just plain steel. So this may change as we move forward and change the wheels, but as of now, I think just the steel or maybe the chrome. But like I said, that might change if we change wheels on here, which we probably will. Now for the most important part, the fixtures. I have got some work to do. I don't think I've ever really done an 80s design quite like this. And of course, pretty limited fixtures. More and more. This is more than the last time I played for sure, but not a huge selection by any means. We'll see what I can do. Now, here's some new stuff. If you're just checking in to Automation's development at this point from the last time that I played, look at the detail now in the way you can change the colors in the fixtures themselves. Like I could change the surrounds to be chrome. I could change the whole inside to be chrome, or other various options in here. Very cool, and great detail that we can add now, even in the individual fixtures. I like the idea of the all chrome, but it's not quite pulling off the look that I desire. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting the chrome percentage to be high enough now that this car will shine down the road and make sure people notice us, but we're still needing a little bit more, I do believe. I kind of wish we could do some kind of chrome bar across the front. Maybe I will be able to as I keep designing here. I am really liking the newer systems for the grills and such. Everything definitely working quite nicely now. Oh, now this is cool. This I did not know. You can actually change the honeycomb pattern in the grill, it seems. Oh, this is the honeycomb behind the honeycomb. I see. This is much deeper than I expected. Yeah, this is way back there. Crazy. I did not expect such a thing. Okay, and we can actually change this to chrome and this to chrome as well. That will probably remain black or body color. Or more chrome. We do need chrome. What about chrome there, but black on the bars? I don't know. I'm thinking chrome still. I'm not sure how I feel about these fog lights just yet. I might change those. Okay, now we're talking. That's starting to look like my vision. Again, really enjoying the ability to change the individual elements of the fixtures. These are taillights that have been in the game forever, but the ability to change the materials they're made of, they're like totally new taillights. You know, you get to actually use the same parts in unique ways, and it's very cool. I'm enjoying that thoroughly, and I'm spending entirely too much time at it. Alright, we have really, I think, gotten somewhere we needed to be. Plenty of chrome, plenty of class, and a very bold look. I think we've really hit something good here. Able to do some neat details with the what are actually bumper bars and integrated into these taillights. I'm quite pleased with that. Let's see about some mirrors. Something we didn't previously really have to think about. Those are looking pretty good. Maybe a little larger. Yes. How about larger yet? Really need a lot of presence out of those. Nice. That's good. An aerial, or an antenna, as we call it. The other side has the fuel door, so I suppose this side will have our antenna, which of course would be a power antenna, and it is too. Oh, it is. That's excellent. Okay. And lastly, let's look at these wheels. Let's look at these wheels. Kind of 80s design. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, that would be good too. As with those, oh, there's two. Okay, there's gonna be choices. I didn't think I would have. Oh, those are good too. Oh man, these options are too good. I think those are the winners though. That's gotta be just about perfect. Now, what can I do with the color of those though? Oh, now we're talking. Chrome centers, body paint outers, chrome little spokes. Perfect. Absolutely nailed it. It's perfect. I've spent a lot of time on this, and I am super happy with it. Not gonna lie. Alright, with the body done, we gotta work through some of the body's trim, and one thing I've had to do is widen the front fenders a little bit, and we've switched to double wishbone up front because we needed more front tire under this car, considering it is a front-wheel drive V10 vehicle. Now, for the transmission, we've gone for the advanced automatic because this is supposed to be a premium car, and considering the era, premium meant automatic. If you had a manual vehicle, that meant you were below everybody else. So unfortunately for my soul, automatic was the way to go. 158 mile/hour top speed. Look at the good tooltips here, really helping us realize the correct gearing ratio for the vehicle, and it will in fact warn us when the top speed is too high that when you do that, you lose your overdrive. You're just going to have straight up gearing, and that's not very useful. So, good information to have. What the top speed of this vehicle actually will be, I'm guessing much lower than 159 miles an hour, for sure. For the tires, cross-ply is now a thing that is available to us, but radials for 89 here, medium compounds, 205s front and rear on 15s, because I think that looks right with the car, and pretty meaty 15s, so we have a nice smooth ride here. 205s front and rear, like I said. I don't actually want that offset in there. I don't know how I got in there. On alloys. Vanity discs up front. The brake stuff will probably need some tuning once I get everything set up. For the interior, you can change the seating. We're going to go for I think we'll go for 2 seats up front and then a bench in the rear for a total of 5 seats. Premium interior with a premium cassette. And the last thing we need to do, we'll definitely be having hydraulic. We'll go ABS and standard 80s safety. And then for our suspension tuning, we'll go for progressive springs, gas monotube dampers, and let's see here. Nice understeer on the steering, nothing too dramatic there. Our scores aren't looking amazing just yet, but plenty of tuning left to do. For the ability to have the best ride of all of the premium cars of 1989, to have more features than everybody else, and to be able to say the word, we're going to have hydro pneumatic springs on this bad boy, which gives us a nice comfortable ride. Some other things we might need to be tuning. For instance, the brakes. Looks like the front brakes are a little unperforming, so we can put bigger rotors up front to help that. And that's going to help our scores. No, it's not quite hitting the marks just yet. The rears are doing okay. Actually, the rears are doing just fine. The pad type could be more aggressive. However, that makes it less comfortable to drive. Therefore, we probably want to go for big ol' 3-piston calipers up front, which should give us a good braking characteristic, and we can have very easy to drive comfortable pads. Everybody wants a comfortable pad, right? Right. Seems like this car better sized for 4 seats, so we'll go for 4 very comfortable seats in this car rather than the bench in the back, and I think that has helped the overall presence of the car. It's more of a comfortable commuter than it is a family hauler. Had to do a little work with the gearing and increase its speed limiter, and that gave us a nice little bump up in score. Also a very, very long first gear, as unbelievably, this thing turns out to be a wheel spin disaster. Shocking. I really, really can't understand why that would be. But I think it's under control now. So where does that put us as of right now? So we have a 4-door, 4-seat car that is about 2.38 meters in wheelbase, but a whopping 4.33 meters in length. It is steel monocoque construction as well as of body. Front-wheel drive V10 with a 4-speed advanced automatic. It has a 2,900 pound weight, with 69% of the weight in the front and 31% in the rear, with 249 horsepower from its 4.1 liter V10. It is single overhead cam with 30 valves, 8.8 to 1 compression ratio. In the markets, it's doing very well in the Family Sport Premium. It does very well in Family Premium, Commuter Premium, Premium, and Premium Budget, Convertible, and Convertible Premium, despite not being a convertible. So what I'm saying is, it's pretty darn premium. I'm very pleased. The margin on it, I mean, we're not making a lot of money. Sure. Maybe we're making no money at all. That could be. That could very well be. But what a premium this car will bring for our buyers. That's what really matters here. That's marketing BS. Detail stats. This is looking pretty new. 13.3 miles per gallon. That's one thing I was interested in. There's your stats if you were wondering how this thing was shaping up. And if you're wondering how it shapes up in the test track, well, what's the zero? I mean, that's really respectable. 6.91 0 to 60. That's not so bad. The quarter Gs could be better. That could definitely be better. Quarter mile time of 15.0. It's really not terrible. It has a 4,600 pound towing capacity and a 496 pound load capacity. And it looks like this. That's what's really important, is how it looks. And I'm pretty damn pleased with it, I gotta say. Well, there you go. There's my 80s entry. Let me take it over to the photo booth, and we'll take a look at it. So here's some new stuff. Engineering warnings and suggestions. This is basically something I personally asked for in this video game. This is all the stuff that you just might have overlooked during the construction of the car. Super helpful. In this case, not as dramatically helpful because we're building a car to theme, not really a car for future success. And, I mean, let's be honest, 80s car with tons of engineering warnings getting put through to production, pretty much on theme and on brand. So, we may leave most of these intact. However, very cool, and it makes me really look forward to our upcoming future light campaign play in the Unreal version. This is going to make things a lot more enjoyable, I do believe. But, like I said, it's time to take this thing to the photo booth and have a look-see. Alright, here she is. All ready for photo shoot time. Looking pretty good. Gosh, doesn't that just ooze class? And just think, there is a V10 under the hood of that thing. But wait a minute. We're missing something, aren't we? Why build the most classy car on the road and not put your badge on there to show the world? Here she is, all done. That is my entry to the regular car review automation design competition for the 80s class, 80s premium sedan. And I don't think there's anything more 80s premium sedan than this. I am quite pleased with how that turned out, and it was a lot of fun messing around with, especially with the new fixture stuff. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed and decide to do your own fan builds, your own entries to the competition. It's pretty fun, and there's some great prizes on the line, and I can't wait to hear regulars' take on all of these cars. Again, if you'd like to take part, make sure you look down below in the description for details on how to do so. I'm going to get to work making a magazine ad for this guy and put it in the competition for regular to look at, since, I don't know, it just seems like this car deserves to be in a magazine, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Alright. And like I said, yes, thanks for watching, and if you've been looking for automation content, you've been waiting for it, don't you worry. Big plans, like I said, as the light campaign for the Unreal build is upcoming. There's also an upcoming marathon stream we're going to do on Twitch with automation, where we will play through all of the available in-game scenarios as a thank you for a recent patron level being met, so make sure you follow me on Twitch for that, as it will be upcoming probably within the next 2 weeks or so. Alright, let me get out of here and get to work on the magazine ad. I will see you guys next time.